So far in Colorado, I was on the west side, starting in Denver, then with Black Hawk in Nederland. And then coming up I-70, I just finished up in Idaho Springs for one day. And now, in this video, I am coming into the Dillon Reservoir area, specifically to the town of Frisco. Alright, and I've taken the bus. Now here I am in Frisco. Definitely going to be easier to camp here than it was in Idaho Springs. It's like I don't know. It's like a little flat area just kind of in the middle of the mountains here. It's pretty cool. I need to take a look around. There's a Walmart here. There's like all kinds of stuff, really. All kinds of, you know, fast food and everything. So none of that should be an issue. Camping should be a lot easier. Seems like a good change. There's a strong wind blowing right now. I'm just gonna get inside. I hope it doesn't last that long. I hope it doesn't last all night. So I just did a little bit of research, and Denver, Colorado is at like 5,200 something feet. Idaho Springs is at about 7,500 feet. Frisco is apparently at 9,000 feet. So we're pretty up there right now. I feel like I've got a little bit of a headache. It could be because of the altitude. Could be anything really, but it could be the altitude. I definitely noticed, like, you know, in Idaho Springs and Black Hawk and stuff, I was getting like short of breath pretty easily. So I'll keep you updated on that. The only other thing I saw was like Breen Ridge is another like 200 feet elevation. I don't know if Vail, I didn't look at Vail, but I kind of wonder what the highest altitude city in the United States is. That would probably be interesting to know. So Nederland is actually also pretty high. It's at 8,200 feet. And when I went to that hootenanny up there, I was like out for the later part of the evening because I had a bad headache. And I do kind of wonder if that might have been altitude sickness. It's not something I've ever had any experience with before, so I really don't know what altitude sickness is supposed to feel like, but apparently headaches is one of the signs. So I do feel like that could have been what that was, and I might be headed for more of that right now. And if it gets too bad, you know, I'm just going to have to hightail it down the western slope, try and get out of here quickly. But I think also it just gets better over time. Once your body adjusts to the lower oxygen levels. Apparently Leadville, Colorado is the highest altitude city in America at 10,000 feet, which is only 1,000 more than we're at right now. So that's interesting. I do kind of want to see that on the map. That's just Colorado. Oh yeah, that's pretty close. It's in the same sort of region, I guess. Not super close, but that's apparently it. That's the highest altitude city in America. It is raining quite a lot more than it was anywhere else that I've been recently. So that's going to pose a challenge, but you know, it's nothing I haven't dealt with before. I just got to find a good place while it's not raining at some point, get my tent set up, get the tarp on top of the tent. There should be plenty of rocks around to hold the tarp down, and should be good. That wind we had earlier is worrying to me, but again, that's where rocks come in handy, because rocks are better than stakes. You know, for me, I imagine a good tent setup would probably involve a lot of stakes and running line between various places. But you know what? the way I do it works, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's mostly not raining, and it's only 10 o'clock, so that's decent. I might regret this, but I'm gonna try and walk over this way to get behind this, I think it's a Whole Foods or something. It looked a little bit more secure than over here, which would be down by the lake. So that's the idea. Alright, well, last night went okay. I slept just down this way a little bit. I did get a little bit wet because the rain hadn't properly stopped by the time I went to set my stuff up, but it worked out fine. Like, everything dries out pretty quick around here. As you can see, the sun is out and everything, so it didn't turn out too bad. I really like this area. Honestly, this is like my ideal place. Unfortunately, everything's very expensive here, so I don't think I can stay that long. And also, if I was going to stay very long, I would want to do some like hikes and stuff. And unfortunately, my backpack is not really a a good hiking backpack. It's more of a trekking backpack. It's very heavy and stuff. But I would super love to go on some hikes around here. I just love the mountains, and the way this place is just so like smack dab in the middle of the mountains, but it's not like Idaho Springs or something where it's like in a ravine. Everything's really open around here. I mean, there's a lake, which I'll probably at least go down to the lake to take a look at it. I'm at least gonna spend one day here. This place is super cool. I want to talk to a local and get like some information about these mountains around here. Like, for instance, this one right here. It's got all these things going down it. Are these ski slopes? Are those natural like washes? I would love to know what's going on with that. This peak right over here looks really awesome. It's got like that cliff on it. I can't really, it's behind a tree, but this place is super cool. I love it. So I'm out here where the river meets the reservoir. This is pretty cool. There is a beach kind of down that way that I could have gone to, but I kind of want to keep moving a little bit. I want to get into downtown Frisco, where there's a kind of a museum and stuff, so I want to see what's going on there. But definitely wanted to check out the lake too. This is the Dillon Reservoir, I believe is what it's called. And you have the towns of Dillon and Silverthorne on the north side, and then the town of Frisco down here on the southwest side, I guess. This is cool. The water's pretty cold. I put my hand in it a little bit. There's some mountain water. It's actually not that bad. I think you could probably get in there and get used to it. This is the time of year to be at the lake, I think. You got people doing their paddle boards and sails, stuff down there. I saw a sign that said there's like a sandcastle contest today, or maybe that was yesterday actually. I think today's the 12th or the 11th, I'm not sure. But I mean, you just got so much in this area that's worth seeing, The cool mountain river, the cool lake, all the peaks and stuff around here. I was looking it up because I'd heard something about 14,000 foot peaks are called like 14ers. It's apparently like a rite of passage in mountaineering to go to a 14er. It seems like most of the 14ers are down near Breen Ridge, not so much right here. But these peaks are still really cool. I bet you could, you could stay here for a year and just do all the hiking and all the boating and skiing in the winter and all that stuff. There's so much to do around here. I would love to live here for a year or two. Just soak it all in. This is beautiful. I honestly think this might be my favorite place in the country so far. Like, just thinking about all the places I've been, you know, I've got some soft spots for like the Southwest, and I've got some soft spots for Northern California, but like this just blows it all out of the water. I think this is just my favorite place in the country. I gotta say it. You know what this reminds me of is the Pacific Northwest. There's always these like wood carving statues on the side of the road like this, and like big lawn ornaments and metal work and stuff. I love these kinds of places. So I'm on this mile-and-a-half walk just to get to downtown Frisco from where I was at. And yeah, mile-and-a-half never felt more tiring for some reason. For one particular reason, I think, and that would be altitude. This is 9,000 feet, like the second highest altitude city in America, or close to it. I don't know what the actual rankings are, but Leadville's number one. I think it was Leadville, something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. Coincidentally, just yesterday, the YouTuber, I think it was Brandon Williams, one of those fitness YouTubers, did a video in, I believe it was Leadville. I didn't catch the name of the town he was in, but I believe the thumbnail, the title said 10,000 feet. He's doing like a workout at 10,000 feet and doing a thing about like the high altitude training and stuff. But it's just a coincidence that happened to pass like yesterday. I'm like not that far away from Leadville. Like I said earlier, I don't think I'll be going down to Leadville. Even though there's probably enough traffic that I could. I'm not really sure how much time I want to spend like fucking around at altitude. I don't know if I want to go to Breen Ridge. I'm going to be going through enough like ski resort towns. I feel like there's a lot of those if you wanted to check all those off the list, but I'm not really interested. So I think I'll skip Breen Ridge. And honestly, I'm not even sure what Vail's going to be like. It might be more of a, you know, a Idaho Springs situation. But I am really enjoying this place, so I wouldn't mind sticking around for a while in that sense. I just don't know how long I want to spend here. There aren't many things that make me wish I was rich, to be honest with you. But buying some property up here would be one of them. It's been a while since I've been in somewhere cold enough to put on the jacket, let alone the hood. But it is getting pretty cold here at night. During the day it's like perfect. At night it's getting a little cold, and obviously I'm here in the summer. It's what, August something right now, so we're kind of sort of getting towards fall, but I don't think we're getting so far towards fall that it should be this cold, except that we're up in the mountains. So yeah, big temperature difference. This park is pretty cool. There's a museum over here which unfortunately closed before I could get to it, and it's also closed all day tomorrow. So I am thinking about staying one more day. You know, I have food in my pack and everything. Everything's expensive up here, but like, as long as I'm just eating the food in my pack, should be okay. And then there's a I-70 on-ramp way down that way, where I can start hitchhiking again. Next stop from here is basically Vail. And I'm not holding out much hope that Vail's going to be any cheaper than it is here. So I kind of want to like just look around Vail real quick and then get moving, not stay there too long. But a place like this, I mean, I would love to stay another day, so I think I'm going to do that. So here's a whole map of the town of Frisco. I'm right there. I'm going up this way. There's a trail. There's a trail right there that I would like to not sleep on. I am thinking like maybe if I can get just a little bit further over the other side here, this might be fine. If you get to the other side of the highway, it's just mountains, so I'm not too sure if that would work. But I kind of just want to go over there and see it in person, because I don't really know, you know, what's going to be over there, what it's going to be like. There might be somewhere close by that I can sleep. Alright, well there's I-70. And there's this parking lot right here. It does say on that sign over there, overnight parking allowed, 24-hour limit. Camping and sleeping in vehicles prohibited. So it did say overnight parking on Google Maps when I looked, but I had a feeling it would be probably bad form to camp right here. On the other hand, you know, if you go out a little bit, maybe. Other side of the highway looks like it might be promising. Otherwise, I mean, I could always just go in the kind of empty space there between the on-ramp and the highway. You'd be real exposed, but you could do it. This bridge does not have a flat spot at the top, so you cannot sleep under there. Actually, it might have a small flat spot at the top. Now that I'm getting right up to it, there's maybe enough space to sleep there, possibly, but it is also rocks, and I think that continues all the way to the top, so it wouldn't be very comfortable. There is a line of bushes here that would kind of obscure a tent from the roadway. This is the on-ramp, I guess, that I'm going to be hitchhiking on later. There's a little bit of space right there, possibly. And then on the other side, looks like there's lots of space right there. I don't know how even it is or whatever. And then there's a small trailhead right up here. So, again, no camping on the trailhead, but maybe some stealth opportunities. So back there's the trailhead, and I'm on this little path right here, and you can see kind of how rocky and bumpy it all is. I'm not really considering putting up a tent anywhere out here. I mean, I wasn't really before either, because the trail, you know, there's just not really a good thing to be setting up near. But look at this. This is a very cool little area. I might try and check it out in the morning if it's a little bit sunnier out. So I bet this is really nice on a hot day. And there's just all these boulders and stuff. Trees are lining the creek right here. And you just get the pure mountain stream. I don't think there's really anything else up this way as far as civilization goes. Maybe a remote cabin or two. So that's a pure mountain stream right there. So here you have the creek coming down into this really big culvert. Goes under the highway. And then I was thinking, like, how bad would it be to be up here, you know? I mean, it's on a hell of a slope. But, you know, people on this road are going to be going onto the highway. They're probably not even looking to the right side. People from that way are not really going to be able to see. Yeah, but the slope is kind of like a big issue. About like over here. So the head there, I mean, this rock is kind of an issue, but it looks loose. We go down here. Might actually be like slightly better even. Or if you come up this way, there's like back here, which actually looks really nice. You can see back here there's like a little gate, probably like a no trespassing on it. There's a little bit of a trail right here, but yeah, private property, no trespassing. But if I'm on, you know, far enough to this side of that, I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue. I probably wouldn't sit down right here. But if I go back a little bit to one of those spots I was looking at, I think that might be the play here. I think that looks all right. Good morning. from Frisco, Colorado. That's a beautiful sight to wake up to. I just turn around and look at that mountain, and that's a mountain right there. Unfortunately, I do have like ants everywhere in my tent. They're just crawling all over the place. I don't have any food in here, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but they're getting all over me. So I guess I gotta get up. Oh well. I think I'm gonna try and go on this hike today. This, whatever this was, 10-mile trail or something. I'll get as far as I can. I don't know how far I'll get exactly, but if I'm gonna be here another day, it seems like the thing to do, so I'm looking forward to that. I moved a little bit, and there's still ants everywhere. They're all over the ground right here, too. I guess this is just an ant-heavy area. I mean, just look at this shit, man. How am I gonna get those ants out of here? They're absolutely all over me. I keep finding ants. I keep feeling ants. I mean, they're harmless ultimately, but it's so annoying. Turns out the bus is free. It's not like it goes very far, but it's nice that it's free, so I can get back up to this part of town without having to walk. I'm just coming up here to get some coffee and maybe do a little bit of busking. Because the thing about downtown Frisco is it's all very touristy. I really wouldn't, there's nothing for me to do over there other than the trail that I said I was going to hike, which I probably still will. I'll just take the bus back down there at some point. No camping beyond this point. Well, if I'm over here, does that mean it's fine to camp right here? Just on the other side of me is a Whole Foods and a big mound of dirt. I mean, nobody's gonna notice anyways. It's funny. They put that sign there like, no camping beyond this point, right next to the highway. Oh look. Some sort of bones. Would that be deer, maybe? Pretty large bones, so possibly. Alright, well, I've been trying to be a little bit nicer to myself in terms of, like, you know, giving myself a little bit of leeway when it comes to wasting time on the internet and stuff like that. Especially when it comes to complaining about it on video. I feel like I do way too much complaining. But I really did nothing yesterday. I mean, I said I was going to go on a hike and stuff, and I never did. It was a beautiful day yesterday. That would have been the time to do it. And now, I had a late start today, so it's already like 1:30 or 2 or something. And the museum that I wanted to go to, the whole reason why I stayed an extra day, doesn't open until, or closes at 5. So I feel like I've kind of put myself in a weird position. You know, you have good days and you have bad days. And yesterday was kind of a bad day for me in terms of just motivation and stuff. I did play a lot of music yesterday, but I didn't actually busk at all, so I didn't make any money. And today I'm getting a late start, and I feel like I could do a lot better, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not really in control. I just gotta surrender myself to whatever forces are acting on me. I love that they have these publicly available bicycle repair stations around here. I've seen a couple of them. I think that's like a really cool thing to just provide to the public for free. One bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, oh glory, cares of this life have gone. I'll fly away like a bird from these prison walls. I'll fly. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. All right, cool. I just talked to the guy behind the desk over there, and he unfortunately declined to be on camera because he needed to get permission from the city or something, but he gave me kind of the lay of the land, and I will try to remember it all. So let's see, that peak right there is called Mount Wichita. That one right there I think was Mount Royal, and then that one was Mount, damn, I knew I was going to forget it as soon as he said it. Maybe that one was Mount Royal, I forget. But he also said if you turn all the way around, those two peaks off in the distance over here, I think those two peaks are both 14ers, 14,000 feet. And I think he said these ones are all around like 10 or 11,000. So the you really can't see it from here because of the buildings, but there's these little like things, little like gullies, I guess you might call them, coming off of this mountain here. And I asked if those were like ski slopes or hiking trails or something. He said actually those were like ore chutes from gold mines that were coming off of this mountain. He also said there's like over 100 gold mine claims on this mountain right here. And one of the biggest gold mines in town, it was just nearby if you go out to the interstate and then turn that way. I don't know, I doubt I'm going to be able to go to see it, but he also said that was where the town got most of its power from during the heyday, because they had a water mill over there providing power to the mine, and they also sold the power to the city. And then when the mine shut down, the town didn't have power for a few years, which is funny. There's so much else in this park here that I could go look at. I don't think I have time, or I don't think I really want to. I think that main building was cool. Honestly, pretty worth it to stay an extra day just to go see that. And there's so much else around here. I can't put it all in the video. I'm sure I'm not even going to put everything I shot in the video. But you're just going to have to come out here and see it for yourself. This is an awesome place. Super, super cool. Okay, so I think I've seen what I need to see around Frisco. Now, from here, I have some options. So there's a free bus that goes to Copper Mountain from here. All the buses around here are free, and there's some of them that go pretty far. There's also a bus that goes down to Leadville that is also free, which is a pretty far distance for a free bus. But Leadville, like I said earlier, is the highest altitude town in America, so it might be worth it just to take that detour. And then meanwhile, Vail is kind of the next major stop, but I don't really want to be stopping there too much because it looks like it's going to be an Idaho Springs situation, and there's just not that much room. So I'm probably not going to be very comfortable. And everything's going to be expensive because it's, you know, ski resort. A lot of rich people coming through, spending a lot of money. I saw that there's a free bus from Vail to Eagle, I think, but it might just be to this place, Eagle Vale, which I don't know. But it said Eagle on the website. So if that's true, that would probably be a good thing to do. You know, get down I-70 with free buses and maybe just a little bit of hitchhiking, because it seems like there's not quite the full connection between here and there. So I think Frisco to Vail, you still would have to pay for the Mustang or hitchhike. But I could go down to Leadville and then try and hitchhike up 24. I don't know how populated this road is. It looks pretty jagged, so it may or may not be a great idea. That would actually skip Vale altogether. Get me to one of these towns over here, which still look pretty cramped, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna think about it for a little bit, but I think there's a good chance I will actually try and get down to Leadville. Just because it's like so close, and if it's free to get down there, then like I might as well, right? Well, I probably should have waited, but I took the bus to Leadville. So here we are. Just jumping over a little ditch there. I gotta get in. There's Taco Bell. We have Taco Bell at 10,000 feet. Alright, that's it for this video. So that was Frisco. That was a very, very fun time up in Frisco there. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Yeah, next one's Leadville. That one's pretty cool. You'll get to see that in the next video. So for now, let's go ahead and do the donations. First of all, I have $20 from Brian with no comment. Thank you, Brian. Then I have $25 from Theodore. He says, "Don't let people change your impression of God. Let God change your impression of people." Thank you very much, Theodore. James with $40 said, "I'm really enjoying your adventures. Be safe out there." Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it a lot. And I have $10 from Gary. He said, "Tiny Mountain Town video was really cool, bro." Thank you very much, Gary. I bet you enjoyed this one too, didn't you? And I have $20 from Bradley. He said, "I just found your channel. Happy travels." Well, welcome, Bradley. I hope you find a lot to enjoy here. And hope you look forward to the next one. And that is all the donations, so go ahead and leave it there. Is there anything else I need to say? Not sure. I think after Leadville and probably after Glenwood Springs, I think that's when this little Colorado series will be over, even though I'm still in Colorado. That was kind of like the main juicy part of it. So right now I'm in Telluride trying to get a job. It's not going that well, but there's still time, so we'll see. And so there will be plenty of footage from Telluride and stuff like that, but that'll be probably a few weeks from now. Yeah, until then, I'll see you next time.